All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to nerdcamp Sports. I'm your host, Roger Anthony Ali, here speaking to you guys once again with my other co-host, Mike Williams. How you doing today, man?
Excuse me. Oh, I can't complain. Can't complain. Just another day in the books, and ready to talk about sports and do what we do.
Absolutely, man. We had an incredible week. A lot of exciting things that happened, a lot of upsets. One of the things I wanted to cover and talk about, let's go to the NBA. Let's talk about the OKC Thunder being upset by the San Antonio Spurs in a very important NBA Cup, Emirates NBA Cup game. What is your thoughts on the OKC Thunder being upset by the Spurs?
Well, we got to make mention of something SGA said first, and that he wants to beat the record set by the Golden State Warriors of 73-9. Um,
Right.
Now we're looking at them, quarter through the season, and they're right where they need to be to do that. And that means they have to compete every night. So I'm just trying to pull up the NBA standings here, but that means they have to compete every night. Um, 24-2 is what they're at currently, and they're
Right.
ahead of the curve and ahead of everyone else. Um, so we have to take that into consideration. But when you're looking at San Antonio and you're looking at OKC, this is one of that game. This is going to be set to be one of the great rivalries of
Yes.
years to come.
Yes.
You're looking at your next potential Steph LeBron type of um of rivalry.
I think they're having a little technical difficulty. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Computer had a stupid moment, like things acting like it's on cocaine. Um, yeah, he just was saying it had internet trouble. I'm looking right at it. There's no internet trouble. Piece of crap. Um, so this could be one of the great
But
rivalries
you
to
was
come. And
right.
what we're
Right.
looking at now is with this game is we're looking at. I believe OKC is the better team. Obviously, they're the more complete team. But San Antonio is right there. They have everything they need to win. And it would not surprise me in a 7 game series if they could take them. Not saying
Right.
I don't personally believe that can happen, but they have the potential to do it. They OKC doesn't have anyone to stop Wembanyama. So if he's able to do what he does, that's going to be a competitive series, and it's one that I hope we can get when it comes down to the playoffs.
Right. Right. And I definitely agree. And I love the fact that both of these teams are fairly young. You know, you got Victor Wembanyama in his early 20s. You got Shea Gildas Alexander in his 20s. You also got a lot of the role players that are super young, like Vassell, Stephon Castle, Lou Dort, um, Chet Holmgren, Jason Williams or Jalen Williams, excuse me. So you got all these players that are very, very young, and they're going to be in the league for a very long time, God willing. And it just seems like it's going to be a great rivalry in the West. And I love the fact that both of the teams are small market. Isn't that something? Like they built this team
Absolutely.
strictly through the draft or through trades that were like low key. Like you got De'Aaron Fox over there. He's originally from Texas, and I found out his wife is actually from San Antonio, so that ties him to the team. I think it's
Mm,
great that they got a lot of like low maintenance type stars in these markets. Like they're not guys that are flashy. Even Shea Gilgis Alexander, the MVP. I look at him as somebody that's like super cool, laid back. He's not flashy at all. Maybe it's because he's not American. It's a little bit different, but I love what they got out there in the West, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happened. But yeah, they beat them 111 to 109. And honestly, I was upset because I wanted to see the Knicks go up against the Thunder. But it is what it is. We're just gonna have to probably see that in the finals if they make it there. But yeah, it was really exciting. It was really exciting, and it even made it even more exciting because now you got Wimbyama in a place where he can win something in his career. And we know he should have won Defensive Player of the Year last season, but unfortunately went down with the blood clots. So
right.
if Wimbyama wins this, even though it's not the NBA quote unquote championship, it is some type of hardware that he could put in his mantle. So I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely gonna wait and see on that. For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Nothing else we can say about that. Definitely looking forward to what they bring to the table, and
Right.
what that means for the NBA and for us as the fans moving forward.
Right. Right. And there's another rivalry that's really building. I think I don't know how long we got with LeBron because he still haven't made an announcement of him retiring anytime soon. But there's the rivalry between him and Dylan Brooks out there with the Phoenix Suns. I don't know if you got opportunity to watch some of the footage,
Oh God.
but LeBron crashes out with Dylan Brooks. Man, they won the game last night, but it was just so entertaining to watch because you rarely see LeBron leave that kind of like mindset where he's like really cool, laid back, and just playing his game. You never see him get upset, except when he plays Dylan Brooks.
Like, it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, why are we? How did we get here? Like,
Exactly.
why are we here? He just really hates like Dylan Brooks. He's able just to get him
Yeah.
out of that,
Yeah.
out of that mindset.
Right. Right. And it's funny because like he pushed the ref yesterday. LeBron, that is. LeBron pushed the ref, and the referee didn't eject him. I was like, any other player would have put hands on a ref, even like tapped him on the shoulder, he would have been ejected. But LeBron, since they know how he is and stuff like that, and he's the face of the league still, it was like, you know what? Just go to your corner. So that I thought that was just really funny though. But we're gonna get to the NFL topics, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling. Hopefully, Mike is okay because I don't know what happened to the camera, but uh, hopefully everything's good. But we're definitely going to touch on some games. We got to talk about them damn Jets. Unfortunately, we're gonna start with that. The Jets and the Jaguars. Oh my God! Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, this thing just it did that. It did it again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Hoping
Oh,
R&B gets on the screen soon. I can flip it to my phone because
okay,
this is very annoying. So, but
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, let's start with the Jets and Jaguars, man. The Jets went down again, thank God, to the Jaguars. Look, man, I'm trying to get a quarterback. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm trying to get my quarterback, man. So
Oh man.
I don't care about a win right now. We're 3-11, so I'm good. I'm good with all the losses. So they went down 20-48 out there in Duval County. You know, uh, Trevor Lawrence went off, of course. He was 20 for 32, 330 yards, 5 touchdowns, passes. Insane, man. 5 TDs. That is crazy.
And a
And
Russian TV.
and a rushing TD. Yes, you're 100% right. He did get a rushing TD. So a total of 6 touchdown passes. Crazy video game numbers. What is your thoughts on that game?
I mean, listen, we know it's the Jets, but we got to call a spade a spade. He looked like a first overall pick yesterday.
Yes.
And, he was precise, he was smart, and he's doing the things that we've been harping on him to do, right? Because it's been up and down. So now the thing is, can Trevor Lawrence stay consistent? In terms of the game yesterday, we cannot knock him. He played phenomenal, and the Jets couldn't get out, couldn't do anything to stop him. They could not do anything. This man did whatever he wanted with his legs or with his arm. When you're throwing to your running back, you know, 30 yards down the field for a touchdown, you're doing something. And now puts them in firm position to win the division. Now we understand that Houston is on their coattails, but they still control their own destiny. So in terms of them themselves, meaning the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, they played very well yesterday. I think that they have something to build. A lot. It's a confidence builder, right? That's one of those games that builds confidence because now, they're probably end up number three, right? And you're right,
Uh,
yeah, you got
they're number they're number one in the division right now in the AFC
right. But
South.
I'm saying overall in the conference,
Okay,
when
yeah,
you're looking at
I think they're
one
number
through
three.
seven.
Yeah,
yeah, they're number
So they're
three.
probably, they'll probably end up number three. New England, and Denver 1 and 2 respectively, but they'll probably end up number three, and that gives them a home game, and that gives them a matchup as it would stand right now. As I try to find it, that would give them a matchup right now against one, two, three, four, five. That would give them a matchup against Buffalo, um,
Okay,
which at home gives them a better chance than on the road. But
right.
could they beat them? Sure. Will they? That would be remain to be seen. But listen, they can still get one. They're still in play for 1 and 2 as well
Right.
if they
Right.
play their cards right. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on yesterday's game from them and the Jets. Like, I don't want to. First, I want to say, do not fire Aaron Glenn. The players like this coach.
No, I get it. That's why they fired the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, don't fire him.
Yeah.
But like, y'all need a quarterback that can do the job.
Yeah.
Y'all need a quarterback that can do the job. Like that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. And with that being said, real quick before Brandon goes, I just want to say yes, they dismissed Stephen Wilkes. He was with the Jets as the defensive coordinator, and honestly, good riddance. Good riddance because he was a terrible defensive coordinator. For them to get humbled like this, almost damn near half a century they put up on the Jets yesterday. Goodbye. I hope he never uh, got a ride back from the Jets. So hopefully he stayed in Duval County the whole entire time. Now, with that being said, Brendan, what's your take on the Jets and Jaguars game?
I will admit I didn't get to see. There was only one game from the 1 p.m. slate that I actually ended up seeing.
Oh yeah,
But
we're going to get to that.
yeah. So I mean, what? I mean, did I really expect anything other than the Jaguars to beat the Jets? Like they took care of business. Like that's I mean, just looking at it from outside in, like this wasn't anything that we expected. I didn't think this was going to move the needle one way or another, no matter how bad they beat down on the Jets. All that mattered was they took care of business, and they did. My pizza's ready. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. But yeah, but that goes to show you that hey, it's really about just taking care of the games that you're supposed to take care of and getting the wins, even if it's against a team that you know it's not really trying to push in the direction of winning games. You got to go out there and win the game and show in winnable fashion that you can dominate, and that's exactly what Trevor Lawrence did, and that's why we're impressed by his performance because we have witnessed times where he got an opportunity to do this, but he came up short or he really shrunk in his position. He didn't get the type of touchdowns and yardage that he was supposed to. So this is a very important and confidence builder, like you said, Mike, for Trevor Lawrence. And I'm proud of him, man. I think he's been balling since he came back from London. Since they did that London trip, I think they really got it together.
Right, and that's what it comes down to. And let's just say Jacoby Myers has made all the difference for this team.
Oh yeah, and I knew he would.
Because now my thing is this. Now we're there. They got 3 games left.
Yeah,
they win next week. They find a way to win next week. And I'm saying this team's due for an L, long overdue. They win next week. They could take that 2 spot. They play the Denver Broncos on the road.
Well, I mean, anybody can take the Denver Broncos, but it's a matter of going into that trap and becoming the trap and beating the trap, So we'll see what happens. But I will say this: it gave wide receivers like Brian Thompson Jr., BTJ, the opportunity to get a touchdown this week, which I didn't see almost in 13 weeks. You haven't seen it. So it's a good thing, man. It's a real good thing. So I like the direction they're going in. And you're right. If they beat the Denver Broncos, that puts them right in that second spot. And they're down. I mean, they're definitely bound to get a L. I'm just waiting for that knife to fall with the Denver Broncos. I thought it was going to happen with the Green Bay Packers. But unfortunately, it didn't. And kind of segueing.
Right.
Yeah. Micah Parsons going down with an injury. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, being that R&B is here, he should, and that's one of his teams, he should go first about Micah Parsons' injury.
Yes. Micah Parsons and also Christian Watson as well. I meant to say. Excuse me. So R&B, what's your thoughts on the Green Bay Packers and their injuries right now, and also that loss against the Denver Broncos?
Well, first off, let me start by saying good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
My thoughts on Micah Parsons and the Watson and the Packers. I personally feel like the Packers are still gonna, end up winning this division. Reason why is because we see where the Lions are at right now, and I believe that they're still gonna be able to finish out atop the Bears. But unfortunately, with those 2 key injuries, I think there's going to be another one of those first round exits, second round exits for us. Over in the trade and pretty much transform this defense into one of the better defenses that Green Bay's had in recent years. And he goes down. And then we all know that Green Bay is more so wide receiver by committee. They don't just have one, go-to receiver. They have a multitude of talented receivers there, a core. And I think of all of them, I think Christian Watson is the most dangerous because he's the biggest body and he's the body that can take the top off down the field. So for him to go down again, um, it sucks, man. It sucks to see it. I feel for him. I actually know somebody that knows Christian Watson's family personally, and these injury woes have not just begun for him in the NFL. It started in high school, and he's been very persevering and constantly fighting through to continue to try to be on the field, and it just seems like it just doesn't go right for him, and I just don't know where he wants to go from here, and I don't know where the Packers want to go from here as far as where he's concerned. Because as I said, this has been a continuous thing. This dude he's been being beat up since Aaron Rodgers was still there, and it sucks, man. It sucks to see it. Not a good weekend for my team.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree, and I think it's really unfortunate, especially when you got one of your top receivers hurt, and then also your top defensive guy hurt in the same game. It becomes really difficult because we're almost down to the end of the season, and a lot of people are really feeling that effect of the wear and tear in our body. There's a lot of injuries that happened this week and last week. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. That's unfortunate, and prayers go to everybody, man. Hopefully they have a speedy recovery, and hopefully they can find a way to win these next few weeks and really show out in the playoffs. So also, just wanted to get you guys' opinion on another injury that happened with Patrick Mahomes going down with the team. They lost this week against who did the Chiefs play? It was so bad. I wasn't even watching the game with the Chargers. And it's so funny because a lot of people slept on the Chargers this whole entire week. They were saying that the Chiefs are going to get that playoff reach, and they went down. So whoever want to go first, what is your thoughts on Patrick Mahomes going down this week with his ACL injury?
Well, I would say that it's ironic, right? That he tears his ACL in his ninth season, which is something with 3 rings, which is something Tom Brady also did.
Right.
I had always said that. Well, let's get to one thing that's a little more important here than that. Is that this year, for the first time since he's been a starter, someone else will be. It's not the Chiefs and who else. It'll be 2 new teams potentially in the AFC Championship. I want to say that first off. This is catastrophic.
Hey, real quick, Pat didn't tear his ACL.
He didn't?
Yeah, they announced it earlier. They said that he just missed tearing his ACL. They believe it's more of a high knee sprain. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't hear that either, but I'm happy to hear that.
That's good.
Yeah, because let's see. I'm trying to see now because I didn't see that one. That they announced that, but if it is to be, because I don't see that anywhere, and I don't tend to believe things until Adam Schefter reports them. That's just me. So I'm going to keep the take based on the ACL tear. If that is the case, it's catastrophic because now you've lost 2 seasons. Obviously, you're already out of it this year. And, if that is the case, he'll be out of it next year. There's no need for him to play if he were able to play or is able to play this season. It would do them no good. Obviously, you're just out there. Um, and the Chiefs really need to take a look at this season, and figure out what's the best next step. Gardner Minshew's not going to get the job done for you next season. He's just not a starting caliber quarterback. So now it's okay. Where do you turn? We have seen, and we will discuss about Mr. Rivers. Returning after a 5-year retirement and reset his benefits for 5 years. But yeah, this is not good for them. It is good if you are a Buffalo fan. It is good potentially if you're a Cincinnati fan. It is good, for a lot of teams in the AFC because he's been the standard for 5 years, and now that creates room for a new standard. It could create room for a new standard potentially. And it's about now who's going to step up and grab the brass ring. So he'll be back, and when that does happen, whether that is next season, according to what R&B read, or the season after that, according to what the rest of us have last seen reported, he's going to come back, and it's not going to be pretty. We've seen after what. I was one of those people. Tom Brady tore it. I'm like, yes, it's over. He's done. And then comes back and has another Hall of Fame career. That man had 3 Hall of Fame careers in one career.
Yep.
Like each decade was a Hall of Fame career. Crazy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I know that we all know that Patrick Mahomes is going to come back. And he's going to come back for revenge and try to go out there and win more championships, because that's the type of person he is. That's the type of caliber person that he is. But I'm just curious to know, what do you guys think is the future for Travis Kelce? Do you think he stays? Do you think he retires? Because that to me is up for grabs right now. I mean, I don't know. What is your thoughts?
Bro, I'm gonna keep this simple. Keep this simple. It's time. Mary Taylor, please get her pregnant so she stops making music.
A full-time Swiftie?
Yeah, just retire.
We'll be a roadie. That'll be cute.
Look at. I mean, I've been begging Rihanna to make music for years. He keeps getting knocked up and stopped. Mary Taylor, please help her stop making music and just go into the sunset. You're one of the greatest tight ends of all time. You've had a Hall of Fame career, but it's over. Just go, bro.
Me personally, I think if Travis Kelce decides to retire, then that's ultimately his decision if he decides to do so. But if he does decide that he wants to give and I just text y'all that update to the chat too on Patrick Mahomes, no ligament damage. But anyway, though, if he does decide to return, maybe for one last hurrah, saying that he don't want it to end like this or whatever. Personally, I'm all for it, because I think anybody who's sitting up saying that Travis Kelce is done just doesn't know football and is not really watching and paying attention. Because if you look at his numbers, dude has, I believe, around 60-something catches and over 700 and something yards on the season. That's not a tight end that's done. He's almost, you know what I'm saying? He's almost has accumulated what would be a good season for most tight ends. We're calling it a done year for him. So anybody that think that man is done, you know what I'm saying? Maybe mentally he might be checked out, which is why he might, go ahead and retire or whatever. But again, like I said, I think if he decides to give it one last hurrah, I wouldn't be mad at him. I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't think that he's physically done, because his production has been there this year on the field. It's just not producing to wins, and that's why we are looking at it and seeing, something different. We're feeling like most people were looking at it and saying, "Oh, he's done," because they're not winning. If they were winning, nobody would feel that way about Travis Kelce. Let's keep it real.
But that also is contingent on Mahomes. Travis Kelce playing another season without Mahomes. Does he want to? Does he like if you have Mahomes there? Sure, But if he does not play, does he want to wait two? Does he want to play 2 more seasons? If they can't be competitive, because if they don't have him, they're not going to be as competitive as they are. Like they weren't even competitive with him this season.
I don't disagree with you on that, which is why I don't think we'll hear anything from Travis Kelce until months down the line. We're not going to hear anything, I believe, from him. Unless he just decides to retire right after the season, I don't think we're going to hear anything from him until probably somewhere later on in the summertime, possibly. Or right before all the camps and stuff start to open up again for next season. I think that's when he'll probably maybe hit us and make his decision or whatever, because he's probably going to sit back and try to see what the verdict is going to be around Patrick Mahomes before he ultimately makes his decision. Because like I said, I don't disagree. I definitely wouldn't. Hell, if I was him, hell no, I'm not coming back to play with Gardner Minshew or some somebody else like that. But if they're telling me that Pat is going to be back at a certain time and then I might have to rethink some things if I want to make it like I said, one last hurrah.
The one thing I disagree with here is this foregone conclusion that Patrick Mahomes is gone, even if he tears his ACL. Like we saw it was LaDainian Tomlinson, right? Or no, Adrian Peterson. He tore his ACL like the last week of December and came back the very next year, like week 1, and ran for the rushing title. Like Mahomes is a quarterback. It's not as serious. Like, obviously it's bad, but I would be 0% shocked if he was there week 1. He has 9 months to recover from this, and he's not your average human. He is a bona fide superstar, and he has all the resources in the world to get the best therapy possible for this. So I think that it wouldn't shock me at all to see Travis Kelce back again next year. It wouldn't shock me to see Mahomes back week 1. I don't think that their dynasty is over, just their season. Like, they took a year off. Mike was right to begin with. They just didn't have enough gas to get through this year. So, this is just, good for all the other teams in the AFC and the NFL who get to play in the Super Bowl without the Chiefs. But for real, no, they'll be back. I'm not dismissing that at all.
Yeah.
Right. No, I definitely agree, and I think that it gives them enough time to recover. And if it stands true that it isn't any serious damage, he's definitely coming back week 1. So I honestly believe that next season probably would be Travis Kelce's last season when he plays with Patrick Mahomes one last time. And like you said, R&B, he's not washed. That's one thing they crack me up. They crack me up when they say that kind of stuff. They're like, "Oh, Travis Kelce's washed." I'm like, he's not washed. Trust me. He's putting up the numbers. It's just that he's not doing the same numbers he was doing before.
He's over his hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's not over the hill. He's
right.
He's not his old self, and that's
Because,
not
right. Exactly.
Because trust me, any team in the NFL, any other 30 plus teams in the NFL would definitely take Travis Kelce as their tight end.
I think the Bills are the only team that doesn't apply to. We have 3 tight ends.
Well, yeah, you guys do what you guys do tight ends by committee. By committee. That's crazy.
No, it's more than our wide receivers, that's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, R&B. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say real quick that it's multiple teams, I believe, right now in contention or on the bubble for contention that would take what Travis Kelce has given the Chiefs so far this year out of their tight end. I bet you Lamar would take him over Mark Andrews right now because Mark Andrews done played all season and his number's not close to Travis Kelce's.
Exactly.
And the Ravens signed him to an extension too.
Bro, Mike, exactly. Do you see this playoff picture right now?
Yeah.
How bad it looks.
No,
Yeah, this shit wild.
the in the hunt word, because the Steelers are playing.
Wow.
I didn't see it.
They said yins
Yeah.
for the wild card.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
So speaking
Yeah.
of, we're gonna talk about that crazy game with the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. And I'm laughing because didn't we see this movie already, Brandon? Didn't we already see this movie where they're down like 20 something points and they come back and get the win?
I'm low key sick of seeing this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
What is your thoughts on the Bills pulling off this stunning win?
I said it from the beginning that this was going to come down to Josh Allen, James Cook, and the Patriots shooting themselves in the foot. And that's exactly what it came down to, because the first half was a McBean disaster class. Like, the first two drives, an absolute microcosm of everything that's gone wrong with Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane. The first drive, amazing attempt at a catch by Kayshon Boutte, but McDermott balks at his attempt to throw a red flag again. And they look at it and they're like, yeah, that was probably incomplete. And that was on a third down. They would have punted. Direct 7 points from that. Our very first drive, first play, Josh Allen throws a direct, absolute dime to Brandon Cooks, who then all the way out of bounds. And it's just and 3 and out because of that, even though that would have been like a 30-yard gain. So it was just after the rant that Brandon Beane had on WGR, criticizing people criticizing that he hasn't been doing well with the wide receiver room. Like, no, for real. We only had our wide receivers had 4 catches yesterday, and one of them was a wide receiver screen to Shakir. Like, it's laughable how bad our wide receivers are. Thank God we have literal riches at tight end. That's why we're getting anywhere in the passing game. And then James Cook is really that guy. Like, he's really he has stepped it up this year in every way. Like the pass blocking's better. The running, he looks like a modern day Le'Veon Bell with the patience and hitting the hole as soon as it develops. He's getting better in the passing game as when we integrate him. But as far as I'm concerned, like, this is still, I'm not convinced this is the team that's gonna get it done when it matters most. Even now when Mahomes isn't there. Because say we run into a team like the Texans again, that defense, even when it comes to crunch time, you can't get it done when Josh is running around for his life and no one's open. So it's still concerning to me that that McDermott's gonna make stupid decisions like healthy scratching Gabe Davis over Keon Coleman, who did nothing again yesterday. Like, there's too many things that are just like this is the best opportunity we have to win at the Super Bowl, but this is by far our most flawed team. It's the weirdest shit. So like the Patriots they stopped putting the pedal to the metal. Like, they stopped having fun. They got conservative. They stopped running the ball down our throats. Like, it was a mixture of. I'm not too impressed with what Sean McDermott and our team brought together, but it was once again Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things.
All right. Wow. What very well said. R&B, what is your thoughts on the Bills and the Patriots game?
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Y'all know where I'm about to go. Agent Solstice. Agent Solstice. I'm gonna need you to get all of this damn Josh Allen cock swallowing.
Hey,
out of this goddamn chat. You do more Josh Allen cock swallowing and crying about them damn Buffalo Bills than anybody. And it ain't Josh Allen's fault. It's your fucking coach. It's your fucking coach. I'm not saying that you ever blame Josh Allen. Not saying that you ever. I just had to get that off my chest because, man, you be juggling them when it comes to Josh Allen.
I give juggling. I love Josh. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely do give him criticism where it's warranted. He has not been perfect by any standard this year, and Matthew Stafford by far behind me right now.
And he has not been perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But one of the reasons that he has not been perfect, or some of the reasons I believe that he has struggled the way he struggled, like take for instance yesterday, Mike beat me to it before I could even get it into the chat when he said run the ball.
Yeah.
You got the best fucking running back in the league, possibly. Why are you going away from the run? It's just as stupid as what we were seeing last year with Harbaugh, where they was giving Derrick Henry 10 attempts, 12 attempts and shit like that. James Cook is arguably the best running back or the second best running back in the league. Whoever you want to take, maybe between him, I would say Gibbs and maybe McCaffrey. Those just off the top of the head, those might be your top three.
I would say JT.
Hey, they just Achan's been pretty A1 this season too.
Yep, he's definitely in that conversation.
Achan has been a beast, but I can't put him in there because the Dolphins are not winning. So I can't put him in there. Only because they're not winning. If they were winning, then it's almost like having a dude in the MVP conversation because he averaging 30, 10, and 6, but his team is at the bottom of the East. It just don't equate. It might be sexy numbers, but it just don't equate. So I can't put HN in there. But he's an honorable mention. I could give you that. But McBean, man, yesterday, what happened when they finally started to force the run? You can't give up on the run. When they finally started to force the run, good things started to happen. And that's when you guys were able to get it flowing and get it going, and you made the comeback. Now, this is what I'll say.
Well, I don't know what he's going to say.
Ultra suspense. Oh, my God.
No. I'm just saying, you're not...
You're cutting out at the worst times. I hate this.
Oh, man.
Keep making miraculous comebacks to win games. It's just not going to happen. I don't see that happening in the playoffs. You go down that much in the playoffs, I believe it's going to be over with.
Yeah, I agree. It's not sustainable. And I gave James Cook his flowers. I'm a little confused here.
No, I don't want you to be confused. I'm just picking at you because I believe you definitely be juggling Josh Allen's balls. Because, and I had to get
my guy. I do give him criticism where it's warranted, though. Like I don't.
Again, I'm not saying that you don't give him criticism. I just think that you juggle his balls.
Another Bill fan, like you need to go wash yourself first, like.
Mike,
know I'm right. That's why he keep turning his head.
Listen, while y'all are debating, I'm just trying to, do. Oh, there it is. Trying to do what I do here. Got the game right here on the iPad.
What is your take on it, man? What is your take on the Bills versus Patriots?
Well,
I agree. We need to run.
Well, that's the thing. When they were having this, like they see the Bills been pissing me off all season when they don't use Cook because this nigga Cook's been on my fantasy. So I've needed you, Cook, to cook, not be cooked. Okay. I
got him in fantasy too.
I've needed Cook to cook, not be cooked. But they yesterday. We seen the Patriots get to a big lead. And sometimes those big leads suck because they're hard to sustain. Like, they went in and changed their whole game plan. Now, y'all know me. I'm a firm believer that the NFL does this kind of shit on purpose. Like, you sitting there, like, suddenly you've been great all season, and then yesterday you slip up. Come on, bro. Come on. No. It's to keep it interesting.
But when you think about it, though, Mike, who have the Patriots really beaten? Remember, I had mentioned that before.
They dead ass schedule merchants. Are you kidding?
Exactly. And that was mentioned last week. We said that. We said
We
that. We was like,
have, but the thing
Whitney
y'all
will fix
gotta
somebody.
still take into consideration is, these teams, these players don't make the schedule. They're winning the games. That's their job, to win games. Don't matter if they got the hardest schedule or the easiest. You can
I,
lose many games to teams you're supposed to beat.
you right, Mike. You not wrong, but I still believe that more than two things can be true at the same time. I
Right.
mean, more than one thing can be true at the same time. Like, yeah, they don't make the schedule and they are winning the games, but that don't mean that we still not gonna pay attention to the competition that you facing.
Right.
Like here,
It happens.
the Bills and the Patriots play the same schedule because we're in the same division, but like just straight up difference of who, like the timing and how everything is worked out. Like, obviously you get the three different opponents. The three different opponents ended up being the Bills got the Eagles, the Patriots got the Giants, the Bills got
Facts.
the Texans, the Patriots got the Titans, the Bills got
Facts.
the Chiefs, the Patriots got the Raiders, the Bills
Facts.
got the Bengals with Burrow, Chase, and Higgins. The Patriots got the Bengals with all of those guys missing. The Bills got a healthy Lamar. The Patriots are now getting struggled, injured Lamar. Like,
Well, hold on, but let me ask you something. Going into this season, who did the league expect more from, Josh Allen or Drake May?
oh, for sure, Josh.
So, guess what? Those teams are all marquee matchups, right? Those are the games they want on the TV against those teams, which is where the business aspect of this comes in. Because now, but the thing is, Drake May even though he's faced lesser competition, he's now going to have more marquee matchups, because now people are going to say, they're going to say Mike Vrabel, along with Drake May, has brought this team back to relevance, and that now next season we're going to see more of them. That's just the business aspect. You're not wrong in what you're saying, but like I always say, these sports are business before anything, and they didn't know what to expect from the Patriots. We had the Patriots as a sleeper, and they're number 2 in the AFC.
Yeah, no, it's just their one, marquee win was against us, and reality was we had 11 penalties and 3 horrible turnovers. Like,
I was say 11 turnovers. I missed that.
Oh yeah, no, we lost it was such a self-inflicted game. We shot.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, that's the one where I think Cook fumbled twice.
Fumbled twice and intercepted once. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was. They won the game, but that was not the best version of the Bills that they got that day, for sure.
Like I said, more than one thing can be true at the same time. Mike is totally right in what he's saying. The business aspect, everything is he's right. I can't argue that. But I just see it 50-50 down the line. I think we all right on both sides of the spectrum here. I feel like the Patriots have taken advantage of what the schedule that they've had this year, and all kudos to them. That's what they should do. But at the same, yeah, they deserve the props for beating because it's teams that we can think of in the past who have had easy schedules and they didn't take advantage of it. So I give them that. But what I'm saying, I think I'll put it like this: if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, or even if they do win the Super Bowl this year, next year, we all know when you either win or when you get to the playoffs, your strength of schedule becomes a lot harder. So next year will tell us a lot more about these New England Patriots than this year. Just like my Lions were 15-2 last year. Strength of schedule went up.
Yep.
It went up. Look at them. Yeah, they got the injuries and all that shit going on, but look at them, 8-6.
Trying to look up who we got next year.
And the other thing I want to say is this: I look at this as a normal job, right? And I'm going to compare it because then we can understand it. So at my job, right, if you do real good at the job, they send you more pickups and more work. If you decide you're not going to work fast, you don't get those extra pickups or that extra work. They'll send you less work. So because you're good, you get penalized, right? Like you get more work for being good. It's the same thing. The Bills have been good so long, they've created marquee matchups and things people want to see versus, over here versus the Patriots and things like that. Because the Patriots have been dog shit since Tom Brady left up until this year. So it's going to be interesting seeing what happens moving forward.
Just
But
looked it up. AFC East, we've got the AFC West and the NFC North next year. So that schedule about to get a lot harder.
AFC West
and NFC North.
Damn.
Yeah, that schedule about to get way harder.
NFC North is crazy. They're arguably the best division in football now.
Yeah, so we have AFC North and NFC South this year. So
and the AFC North has been a joke. So
NFC South been a joke for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of,
yeah. Speaking
Carolina
of,
Panthers.
How about them Panthers, right? And the Bucks. Both teams are now 7-7. They crapped the bed yesterday. I don't know how the freaking Panthers lose to the freaking Saints. Can somebody please explain to me what the hell happened? I wasn't really watching the game. I was score watching, but it just seemed like one of those trap games, and they got trapped.
I didn't see the highlights myself.
I'm about to say, I don't think nobody paid attention to that.
All right.
Yeah, I was busy watching my game.
Well, yeah.
Chris Olave had a pretty decent game, though.
Okay.
I know he
about Tyler, the quarterback for the Saints, Tyler
Snow.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's how you say
it. Yeah. That's how you pronounce it.
I don't think the Panthers are really. It's hard. Let me catch myself. I really don't think the Panthers are that good. I think they're solid, and I think they are on their way up. But I think they've just been able to take advantage of what has been a up and down injury riddled season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I definitely feel like the way the Buccaneers hit the ground running this year, that they were poising themselves to be one of the top maybe 4 or 5 teams in the NFC this year. And because of the injuries that hit them, the injury bug that hit them, it completely threw them off kilter, and they have not been able to catch themselves up. So with that being said, I think the Panthers were able to kind of, take advantage of playing some solid football, getting themselves in the mix, and now they're there. And I'll end on this. All of these people that keep crying about, oh man, they need to take the home game away from a division winner. Mm-hmm. I wish people would stop saying that shit, man. I'm sorry. I just wish people would stop saying that shit. I have no problem with a division winner, even if they're at 500 or under 500. They win that division. I believe that they have a chance to host that playoff game. And if these teams that are so crybabyish about it that we had a better record, we're a better team, go beat them then. Go fucking beat them. Simple as that. So I wish people would stop crying about that one, man. But that's all I kind of got to say on the Panthers and Bucs situation.
Basically, how the Vikings ended up last year.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. I think it's important for us to always keep that in mind, that they earn that spot, even when people don't feel like they earn that spot. If you win your division, you win your home game. With that being said, the Bucs are 7-7 as well. So what is it about the Bucs that you think what is it about the Bucs you guys think is wrong? Because they got all their pieces pretty much. They got Mike Evans back. Baker Mayfield is baked, shake and bake. But what are they missing? They got Ibuka. What are they missing? Is it the defense? What is it?
Well, it's I like he alluded to, the injury bug has bitten them, but they're very one dimensional, and there's not much that I see when I'm watching them that says, okay, they can do different things to beat you, or there's different ways to win. Their defense is very compromised, which is surprising from someone of Todd Bowles. And to R&B's point as well, yeah, the chemistry's not there. They rode a lot on Bucky Irving this season. He missed a lot of time. Mike Evans missed a lot of time. Godwin is a shell of himself. So now you have this rookie Ibuka or Iboka, however you pronounce it, and he has come in and has done a lot. However, no man can do it by himself, and it's just one of those things. It just they don't look like they gel together. Like there's just so many moving pieces. I also don't think I think they need to upgrade at tight end. Baker needs a bailout option. But when they're lit,
You
when they're
you
lit,
you don't like Njoku?
in Joku, not really. Not really. I think they just need, or they need to run some more plays for him.
Because I think Njoku a beast. They, like you just said, I don't think they get him involved enough because they focus on those wide receivers too much.
Yep, exactly.
Because he's definitely had high production in the past, and for him to be that young, that high production shouldn't just fade like that. With no injuries.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think they need to really take a look at everything and really find a way to be better. But they got, unfortunately, I think also they need to find a way to get a little younger. Godwin is very injury. He's always hurt now. Hopefully Evans can not be one of those. He is aging. 11 seasons straight of 1,000 yards. It's a lot of miles on the body. I just think they need to get a little younger and find a way to get some chemistry of some sort, and stay or find a way to stay healthier. So if this team's healthy, they're great. They're elite. I mean, they could be elite.
What a stat.
Elite football.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think a lot of it has to do with the health. I think it also has to do with the ability to play all those games.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. Like Mike Evans went down, and they've kind of like sucked the life out of that team. So
Because they so used to him getting hurt. It's like he hurt. He been hurt like the past 2 seasons or 3 seasons. He's went down with an injury at some point.
Yeah.
So it like take the air out when your best guy go down. But I got a quick question for all three of y'all. Who do y'all think that rant that Todd Bowles went on after the game was more so focused at, the offense or the defense? Because the things that he was saying, it kind of made me think like, damn, you question the effort and your team went out and put up 30-something points. So I felt like it was aimed at the D.
Yeah, I think it was the defense. Because if you look at, like, if you watch the highlights, you kind of see that they couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop anything. So it became a game of trying to just outscore the other team. And those type of teams, man, I mean, if you don't have all your parts healthy or they're kind of like getting back from injury, you're not going to win that battle. You're not going to win that battle.
And that's unusual for a Todd Bowles coach defense.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the defense has kind of mailed it in. I don't know. It looked horrible. It looked like they was tired. All right. So with that being said, we got to talk about the Rams securing their playoff spot. Definitely they showed out with a win against the Detroit Lions, 34-41. The Rams at home took over. Mr. Matt Stafford, going out there putting up video game numbers once again. 368 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for one incredible game, man. What anyone that wants to go? What is your take on the Rams being the first team to secure a playoff spot, and potentially just get their spot right in that strong spot in the NFC. So what is your thoughts on that?
They've played they've played well all season. They haven't really slowed down. Um, Matt Stafford's been amazing. There's no other way to put it. Is that Matt Stafford's been amazing and unstoppable. We know he broke that record and then threw a pick right after, like immediately after. It's like he knew. Like he knew. He's like, all right, I broke the record. Let's throw a pick. But we kind of seen it coming through as the season progressed. They're still, in my opinion, the favorite to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC. Some other teams that will compete, but they're just really complete, especially as long as you got Nakua there and their running backs are just running the ball, Kyron and Quorum. So all around good team effort. Sean McVay's really coached his team well, and they definitely have a shot to win another Super Bowl.
I agree with that. Brandon, what's your take on it?
I mean, right now, in my opinion, they should be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They look great on. They can play with anyone. Their offense is lethal. Their defense can be opportunistic, like make the plays. It's just they've been there. They've done that. If the Bills were to get out of the AFC and play the Super Bowl, I would be horrified to play the Rams.
All right, R&B, what's your take?
Raj, do me a favor. Tell me your take first because I might be a little long with this one because I'm pissed.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got to turn the camera on for this one. I got to get myself prepared. I wasn't feeling my best, but I'm gonna come on camera for this one.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that I'm proud. I'm just proud of the Rams winning. That's it. I mean, as far as I'm glad that they're playing the way they're playing, but that's all I have to say. I don't have much to say about that.
Oh man,
I gotta hear this.
Look at my popcorn.
Y'all motherfuckers is silly, man. Bro. The NFL got to do better, bro. They got to do better. And what I mean by they got to do better, they blatantly put this bullshit product out here in our face every week that people spend hard-earned money on to go to these games, to motherfucking place bets, all types of shit. And yet, we get this piss poor product every fucking Sunday that we got to sit up here and look at. Congratulations to the Rams for the referees gifting y'all what y'all already was gonna get anyway. Just underlaying the inevitable, gifting them the number one seed in the NFC this yesterday, because that shit that happened yesterday, bro, that shit was a joke, bro. And believe me, there's a lot to be said about my Detroit Lions. A lot to be said, and we'll see how they look, coming up next week or whatever, and maybe we can touch on that next Monday or whatever, because there's a lot to be said about them. But these blatant missed calls, dog, by these referees, that shit ridiculous, bro. It gotta stop. For one, 2 pass interferences that were missed on J-Mo yesterday that would have been touchdowns. For sure, touchdowns that they did not throw the flag on, and that they did not call. One over the top of the defense down the field, that if he catches it, he's gone. And the other one right there in the end zone, blatantly, they did not throw the flag. 3, not only was my man down at the 2-yard line is that shit been going viral all day. Every time I look at Facebook, all I see is him down on the knee at the 2-yard line. But it wasn't even a fucking catch. Like, who looks at the fucking replay? Why do we have this replay? So y'all just throw that play to sit up and take 3 minutes to still get a call wrong that people watching on 8K high definition TV have right within 3 seconds of seeing it. Why? That's so if you ask me, that's a touchdown awarded to the Rams that should have never been, and that's 2 touchdowns wiped away from my Lions that should have been, that the referees did not get them the calls on. And I think those no calls completely swung the game. No, I'm not gonna be one of the ones that sit up here and say, "Oh, did that lose the game?" Or it's a whole game to be played. You can't blame it on. No, calls do swing games. That's why I said that they put this shit in our face blatantly. People making bets and spending money to go to these games and stuff, and they blatantly put this shit in our face.
Right.
Calls do swing games in any sport. In any sport you name, calls can swing games. We lose by 1 touchdown yesterday when we had 2 touchdowns that was wiped away that should have been on the scoreboard. And these dudes get awarded a touchdown off a motherfucking down at the 2 that was not even a catch. That shit is a fucking joke. So we already knew the Rams. Yeah, they've been consistent. They look good all year. Stafford been balling. Puka been balling. I hate to see my boy Devontae, ex-Packer, blow out his hamstring again yesterday. That might be a big blow for them going into the playoffs. Let's pay attention to that. But at the same time, bro, that was some bullshit yesterday. And anybody watching that try to argue and say that it wasn't, I don't know. They just don't know football. Or they must be watching on the old fatback TV. Because my crystal clear high definition showed me that wasn't even a catch, and that if it was a catch, he would have been down at the 2 within 3 seconds of them showing the replay. And if you notice, when they first showed the replay, they tried not to let it go any further where you see the ball come out and hit the ground. They kept stopping it at his knee. And then eventually, you know what I'm saying, as they finally showed the full replay, it's like, you know, that's when you hear the announcer start saying, "Oh, not only is this a question of is he down at the 2, but now we have to question if that was a catch." And then the guy came on TV after they awarded it a catch and a touchdown. Dean Blandino came on TV and said that it wasn't a catch. I'm done, man.
Wow. I definitely understand where you're coming from, because we witness it all the time with games when it almost seems like Vegas gives them a call, gives the referees a call and say, you know what, don't call that. Or matter of fact, call offensive holding or whatever. You know, they'll figure out a way to kind of slow the momentum down. And I don't know, man. Because I didn't watch the game live at that time, but I did watch the instant replay. I mean, I did watch the highlights, so I didn't get the opportunity to see everything, but I know that referees can definitely swing games. That's a fact. So, Mike, do you have anything to say about that? About the officiating or Brent?
Nah, he covered it all. He covered everything. But I will say that he has a point, because it's just, you look at everything, everyone spends their money, and they do their referees are like weathermen. They can do their job wrong and keep them.
Yep.
And not get fined or nothing.
Nothing.
Nope.
No consequences at all.
Nothing.
Yeah, very true. All right.
That's
Also, this is a very important game that's happening right now, gentlemen, with the Steelers versus the Dolphins. If the Steelers win, that puts them. Explain that to me, Mike. What does that do for the Steelers if they win this game?
It'll keep them ahead of the Ravens again.
Okay, so they'll
So
go from eight and
they'll
six.
go they'll be 8-6, and the Ravens will be 7-7.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
They'll
I had to,
still even if they lose technically because we beat them head to head, we'll still be ahead of them. But it just really would tighten the leash in a sense,
right.
especially considering next week they have to play Detroit on the road, and Detroit's getting into desperate waters, so they definitely want to win this game.
And Dan Campbell is like almost perfect when it comes to winning after a loss. Like he don't lose a game after a loss. But it sucks that yeah, you might not lose the game after a loss, but can we win back to back for a change?
Mm.
That part.
Who do they play for the next two games?
We
Who, the
got
Lions?
Pittsburgh. You talking about the Lions?
Yeah, the Lions. Yep.
We got Pittsburgh coming up next week, and then I think after that we play. Is it Minnesota or no?
Yeah,
I think is it Minnesota?
Yeah, it's Minnesota on Christmas.
Yep. Christmas night. Yep. We play Minnesota on Christmas night. You're 100% correct.
Okay, that's actually not a bad matchup. I mean, I like what they got, and that home game's very important for the Lions. Them
Both
against,
of those games scare me.
yeah, but
Both
I
of
can
those
see,
games scare me.
I can easily see them getting that win against the Steelers. I mean, look, the Steelers are struggling right now against the Dolphins, and Dolphins don't do well in cold weather. So having them in a dome, I mean, it's pretty much a pick'em game at that point.
Well, I actually was having this conversation with my boy earlier. Is that I said I felt like Tua would ball out tonight because we know that this Pittsburgh defense has not been up to par this season at all. So they can be had, and we know that Tua has he hasn't had a horrible season in my opinion. I think he's had a solid season, not a good season, but a solid season. And we
Right.
know the capabilities of what he can do when he's on, versus when he's off. So I definitely felt like Tua could come out and ball tonight, but I felt like just as well as he could take advantage of their defense if Aaron and DK they were doing last week, it can make it a long night for Miami's defense. So, so we'll see how it go. But like I said, both of those games scare me, especially the way JJ McCarthy played yesterday and Minnesota played yesterday, because I was not expecting them to win that game at all. As
Right.
horrible as he's been.
Yeah, and also with Justin Jefferson with a few drop passes, it was kind of unexpected. We didn't see this from JJ McCarthy last time he played.
No, we didn't. But he does. One of his wins came against my Lions in Ford Field, where they allow him to not necessarily. He had kind of a Bo Nix type of game that day, very low scoring, but he made the throws that he really made. It was reminiscent what he did when they played the Lions the first time. It was very reminiscent of what made him such a sought after first round prospect coming out of Michigan. He made the throws that they needed him to make in order to make sure that they won the game, and they ran the ball similar to what Michigan did while he was there.
I think
So
that's I think that's what type of quarterback he is, and I'm glad.
that's what he is.
Yeah, I don't
He's a
expect.
highly accurate game manager.
Yep, nothing more, nothing less. And last night he looked very comfortable. By the way, we're talking about the Vikings game versus the Cowboys. They won 34-26. in Jerry Dome, Jerryland, Jerry World. Excuse me. J.J. McCarthy went off 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 15 for 24. Brandon, what is your take on the Vikings beating the Cowboys?
I mean, hey, good game from the young quarterback. I mean, his interception was kind of fluky. It was tipped at the line, so can't really throw that at him. He played well. Dallas was the Dallas was the beneficiary of two Brandon Aubrey rare misses, so that really played a big role into their game plan down the stretch. Would have been a big help if they could have gone for a field goal for the win instead of trying to go for a touchdown and 2 for a tie. So once again, special teams important. I mean, hey, just for JJ, that edit is making rounds on Twitter, but keep going at it, kid. Keep working at it. Not rooting against you. Just God, that was just a funny picture.
That picture's hilarious. I think that's used for everything now.
Yeah, you are. Every quarterback is one bad game away from the edit.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Mike, what is your take on the Vikings beating the Cowboys 34-26 in Jerry's World?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't even turn this shit on. I ain't even care. I am so goddamn sick of the fucking Cowboys on my television. I am sick. I did not. I watched Home Alone 1 and 2. Yes, I did not turn those stinking, disgusting Cowboys on. Javonte Williams, though, good look on my fantasy. But we need to petition the NFL to remove multiple Cowboy games. So my take is simple. They now have a 1% chance to make the playoffs. Good fucking riddance. Get them off my TV every week. They're not America's team. They're America's disappointment. They are the Donald Trump of the NFL.
I got bad news. They play the Commanders on Christmas Day.
It's not just the Cowboys.
And that's another thing. We need to boycott the NFL on Christmas Day. Y'all need to stop with this shit and let the NBA be great. Y'all stressing me out.
I actually disagree with that. I actually disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because I like having the option of some NBA and NFL on that day. We all know I don't celebrate, but it's a day off where I can just chill and relax. And what man don't want to chill and relax?
I swear his shit fucked up.
You know what? When that NBA game come on, that's boring as hell because somebody blowing somebody out, which is bound to happen. It always does. I can flip over to an NFL game and hopefully get some excitement out of that shit. So I do like the option of having both. But I'll tell you where I agree with you, Mike, but I'm going to make a change to how I agree. I think that they need to start flexing some of these games. Nobody wants to see the Cowboys in Washington. Why? Because Washington is a shell of themselves. Daniel's been beat up and hurt all season. We don't want to see Marcus Mariota. If I'm gonna watch Washington and the Cowboys, I want to see Daniels versus Dak in a good shootout or some shit like that. Something that's gonna be exciting, up and down the field, scoring. That's what I want to see out of that. Or hell, even if it's a defense, I'm down for a defensive slug out that go down to the wire or whatever. I just want to see good football, and I don't think that that's going to be good football because the stars aren't there.
Yeah, and then you got Detroit and Minnesota at 4:30, and then the Broncos and the Chiefs at night.
with Patrick Mahomes going down, there's no reason why that game shouldn't be being flexed off.
Well, not even that. That game is in the predecessor or the thought that this would come down to a division matchup. The Chiefs are out.
Exactly.
There's no need for it. Dallas is out. Washington's out. Detroit's the only one of these 5 teams who have a chance.
That's true.
And just like you just said, that game is also being scheduled there because of the fact that it was thought to be something that would be very crucial for the division. Instead, it's really just crucial for Detroit because if Minnesota win, it don't really do nothing for their stock. They done. They out of it.
That week, you're better off putting Philly and Buffalo there. Jacksonville and Indy, you could probably put there. Hell, you could put the Sunday night game there. Bears and Niners.
I could rock with that.
So, but here's the thing: you can't flexing on Christmas. The logistics of that, like, yes, the spirit of it, obviously, like, you want good games, but like to expect to within basically a week to sell, because like all those people that like they paid their ticket to be there on Sunday, like those are completely different plans to have it shift to a Thursday. Not everyone that's there can make that sort of accommodation. To expect to be able to sell out that crowd within a week for changing everything from a Sunday to Thursday, just the logistics aren't there. It's not. I'm not arguing that like they shouldn't want to, but like it's too much for Christmas, I think.
I agree with you, Agent, to a certain extent. And the reason why it's to a certain extent is because it is Christmas. It's a national holiday. So most people, I'm not to speak for people or whatever, but I believe most people would be able to make those accommodations because nobody's working. So if it was already a home game for you anyway, or you already going to have tickets to be in town for that game anyway, you know what I'm saying? With it being holiday week, I believe most people could make those accommodations because it's a holiday.
As a single person, I could, but your average family, they have the day off, but they have plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different also it's also different. The only people I think it affects is because, you have people who do not mind getting on a plane and traveling across state lines to go see their team play. Those are the people, you have flight tickets and things of that nature. Those people would be greatly affected because you're talking about a lot of money. But,
okay, y'all not wrong in that, but what about any other time a game that got flexed? So it's like, so what? You think, and that wasn't even a holiday. It was working season. So,
but the thing is, I think, but they've flexed in most cases a game that's on the same day is, I think, what Brandon's getting at. If you were supposed to be 8:20 and then they move you to 1:00, that's just a time difference. You're talking about days difference is the point I think he's trying to make, because they did flex.
I get it. No, I get it. I got the point you're just trying to make for sure.
But hey,
I guess I'm just selfish. I just don't care.
I want better games too.
I don't care. I want good football on the day that I get to chill all day.
Right.
I feel you.
I want it to.
Right.
I want it to, R&B.
Trust me, we all want that. I mean, and like you said before about the NBA being on and NFL, at first I was against it. I was against it because I felt like the NBA, that was their day, because Thanksgiving is normally the NFL's day to celebrate and for people to sit at home and watch the game while they're sitting eating turkey and stuff like that. But after sitting back and thinking about it this season, with the changes with all the streaming services and all the different type of things that you need to do to watch a game, I said, you know what? It wouldn't hurt, because that's just more national exposure on both sides. If you don't have any of those streaming services, at least you get to watch something, because
I wouldn't give a shit if NBA was on Thanksgiving.
And mind you, those first two games for the NFL are on Netflix.
Right. So you got the first two on Netflix, and then what's the other two? I think it's Fox, right?
The last one's
Probably,
on NBC.
NBC.
It's like Sunday Night Football.
It'd be the NBC, the Sunday night game.
Yeah. So it gives you the opportunity, if you have the streaming service or you don't have the streaming service, you can watch the games. Now, I'm not sure as far as the NBA because I find ways to watch the game, if you know what I'm saying. But there's ways of the streaming service being like it's kind of in the way. I'll say that if a person don't know how to get those streaming services or they don't have it, it gets in the way. Like Peacock, right? It's hard to get that if you don't have it. So people got to watch the games pretty much by like either watching the scores or whatever. So I think it's good to have both of the leagues on at the same time, which I think is great.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. But for the love of God, NFL, if you watch this, take the fucking Cowboys off. For Christ's sake.
Now, Mike, they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that.
Listen, okay. Listen. All we need is Jerry Jones to die, or for someone to blow Dallas up with them in it. Then they'll be off the TV.
I disagree.
You know what, Mike?
My wife said that's terrorist.
I think. Yeah, you're saying stuff that's going to get our channel snatched, man. You're wild. You're wild.
I didn't say us. I said someone. Just do it.
Oh,
like
man.
it could be anybody.
Hey, real quick, Mike, did you know that the Vikings waived Adam Thielen and that he was picked up by the Steelers and is playing tonight?
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I didn't. I had no idea that they waived him. Must be a. You said what?
I was saying I had no idea until that thing too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. It happened a couple weeks ago. They waived him and we picked him up. I'm like, does nothing to move the needle, but I guess it looks good on paper.
I think it give them another solid vet out there. You know what I'm saying? To maybe hopefully. I mean, Adam Thielen actually he played some good ball last year.
Yeah.
Before he went back to Minnesota. Yeah. Well, he wasn't with Minnesota last year. He was with
Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers. Yep. Yeah. He was with the Panthers.
But I'm saying I'm surprised that they waived him because I think he had a solid season last season. So I'm like, okay.
I think it's one of them things where they see the team not going nowhere. Yeah. And they probably wanted to try to give him a chance to, go out there and, try to sign with somebody that maybe wanted to pick him up or whatever and have a shot at the playoffs. I can't say shot at a championship and you went to Pittsburgh, even though Aaron, my boy, I wouldn't think anybody considering them a favorite to win it. But maybe they were one of the teams that actually, wanted them. So
True. All right, gentlemen. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. Is there any topics you guys wanted to cover?
We ain't talking about Crusty Phillip Rivers.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Old Man Rivers.
Wow, at a young age of 44 years old, he started his first football game after being retired and threw for a whopping 120 yards.
He had a touchdown though.
He did have a TD, which is surprising because I didn't even think he had that in him. But he also had an interception. He was 18 for 27 against the Seahawks. They end up losing though, 16-18. What is your thoughts on Old Man Rivers, Mike?
Hold on, I got a lot to unpack here, and this goes to his initial return, like when they did the press, and he came in and said out loud, "I'm here to play. I'm not here to save the day. I'm not here to." Pretty much, he's not here to get this team to the playoffs. Like he believed this, right? And then you look and he's talking about his students that he wants to make sure not to be scared. To believe you can do things. Two things are blatantly obvious to me. One, I read earlier that his benefits have reset it. So now he's good for another 5 years after he leaves. Two, he's seen Matt Stafford creeping up on him. He knew. He was like, not so fast. You're not passing me in yards all time. That's number 2. And 3, the thoughts on the game. So, first of all, Sam Darnold, you should be ashamed of yourself because this man been gone 5 years and your kicker was the only one who could score for you. Bro, that don't look good. Let me put that out there first and most importantly. Second of all, it was so cringe, right? He looks so uncomfortable. He looks like he's gained about 20 fucking pounds. He just doesn't. He's just out there. Like, yo, you could have picked someone who was in shape. He looks so awful. Like Stevie Wonder could go out there and play quarterback better than he did yesterday. Like, oh my God. It was like a train wreck. It was so.
Did he really look that bad?
No, he didn't look that bad. No.
I'm about to say, because I thought he played a pretty solid game for somebody that been away for 5 years.
Exactly.
They almost won, and he put him in position to win.
No. I'm not talking about the way he played. I'm just talking about how he looked. Like the way. No. Okay. Listen to me. The way he physically. No, 44. The way he physically looked playing. He just looked uncomfortable and doofy. Like, I'm not saying
he had one practice. He had one practice. Am I right or wrong, fellas?
You are. But that don't mean he didn't look. That don't mean he didn't look like freaking Donald Duck out there.
If you ever watch Phillip Rivers play, he has always looked like Donald Duck out there.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
But I'll say, like, yo, listen, he gave him an opportunity to win. It's kind of weird that he comes back and now I'm seeing Richardson was cleared for activities. He just is in a position where he came in and he's not expecting much. And unfortunately for the Colts, they're not, he's starting again next week against the 49ers. This was not a good look overall, but he did give him a chance to win the game. So it's better than what else they could have found. I just think they should have looked a little more at what was out there before just jumping on a guy who's been gone for 5 years.
Okay. All right, Brandon, what is your take on Phillip Rivers' return after X amount of years away from the game?
I mean, I feel like even with him coming back and playing, I think Matthew Stafford still passed him.
Did he?
Maybe he threw for what, 360 yards or something, right? Like, I think he did. I think regardless, I'd have to look it up, but I mean, this game didn't move the needle for me for Seattle. It was basically what you could pop. What exactly more were you expecting from Old Man Rivers? So it's once again a kind of a game that didn't really. Like, I wasn't too shocked by the result. I wasn't too. I don't feel like I learned all that much from this game.
Okay, all right, Brandon. R&B. What did you get? What is your take on Old Man Rivers coming back?
Man, I think he like we said, I think he plays solid for him for somebody that's been away as long as he has been or whatever. And I just want to respond to Mike. I disagree on the sentiment that the only reason he returned was for the record and the reset on the insurance. And the only reason I disagree on that is because we got to remember something. This kind of like the KD to the Warriors thing. He didn't come blowing down their door to make a comeback. They came blowing down his. So who's not going to take an opportunity that's there? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can still throw it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe enough just to get us to the playoffs. Maybe we might get popped in the first round, but I can still throw it good enough. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to reset the insurance for the next 5 years and get paid a little bit of change. And exactly. So like it's a win-win for him. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that, you know, maybe that came across his mind in the thought process after they reached out, but it'd be a different thing if it's like, oh, Phillip Rivers reached out saying sign me or whatever.
Right.
Oh,
Let
and
me
the other
let
thing,
me.
he wanted to get away from them 10 kids.
That's what I was gonna say. He got 10 kids, ladies and gentlemen. He got 10 damn kids. Imagine 10 kids in the household talking about some 6'7", 6'7". I'm out of there, bro. I'm out of there.
To his credit, he
I'm
lasted longer than Tom Brady did.
so I get it. As a father, as a 40-plus-year-old man, dog, if you can still play, go out there and play. Even though he looks like the drunk uncle that be throwing a football in the backyard with your nephew. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. He's still doing his thing.
I
And
said bad
Mike,
white unk.
hey, he's always been that way though. Like he's always been that awkward kind of quarterback, but he gets shit done. He gets it done, Mike. And I'm sad that you're body shaming him because he got the dad bod we all got. Well, not all of us, but you know the majority of us got. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps him safe. That's what keeps him, from getting rib injuries.
He's
So
got the batting.
I'm proud of Phillip Rivers, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to his 10 kids and his wife. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. If there's money on the table, take it. Because your kids got to eat, and they never gonna stop eating. All right. So, is there anything else we want to cover before we close out?
Did y'all talk about that Spurs game, man?
Yeah, we started the show with
Yeah.
that.
Okay. See. Yeah, we started.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about it real quick?
Just another one of them things with the referees, man. That's all I gotta say. Like that,
Yep.
another one of them things with these fucking referees, bro. They gotta start making better judgment calls, man. And I did want to hint real quick on the LeBron and Dylan Brooks situation. Fucking hilarious, bro. But I respect it. I respect him. You know, so I don't like Dylan Brooks, but I respect how he going about business like that.
Right.
That's how he earns money to put food on his table in the league. So and I respect it. So that you know that's hilarious. And last thing, I gotta know what the fuck y'all think about this whole Sharon Moore situation, bro. I gotta know
Oh
what y'all think about that
man.
shit. There's no way I
What?
can leave this chat today without y'all opinion on what the fuck is what this dude here, bro.
Well, let me just say this real quick. Sharon Moore, coach of the University of Michigan. Oh my
Former.
God, former coach. Yes, former coach of the University of Michigan. I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. As men, we need to have D discipline. We need to have D discipline, and I'm saying that because there's no way in hell a person should fumble. What is it? 30 million, 32 million? I'm not 100% sure. How much was it? R&B. How much did
I
he
want
get
to say
paid?
I think it was like 13 million, 13 to 15 million.
Right, but I think in total he's supposed to get paid like 32 million, right?
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody should fumble that type of bag. I'm not saying temptations don't happen. I'm not saying work relationships don't happen because it's natural to fall for somebody that you work with. Even if you're married, you work with that person more. You're more with that person than you are with your spouse. That's just the way it is. However, you're supposed to be professional and you're supposed to keep it at work. And what I mean by keep it at work is that you have a good relationship with them enough to be able to talk to them and work with them. You don't cross the line. You don't do any appropriate things. You don't send weird text messages. And you for damn sure don't show up and break into their house and then try to threaten to kill yourself with a butter knife. You don't do that. You don't fully crash out. You don't fully crash out. In the words of Tropic Thunder, you never go full retard. I don't know what the hell's going on. That was the most bizarre story I've heard this entire year. That's worse than Shannon Sharp's story.
Yeah.
Because Shannon Sharp, I understand. You're single, you meet somebody, she's an Instagram thought or OF model, whatever. That's fine because you do what single men do. But this story right here, this man was already married with kids. He done effed up their Christmas. Oh man, I'm sorry I went on a rant, but it just makes me mad because I'm like, you're already in a position that most black people don't ever get. The coach of the University of Michigan, the football
The
team.
first black head coach.
That's what I'm saying. And you
And
freaking
you let a bunny knock it out, punch it out, and you fumble.
and you have a wife at home that's even prettier than the girl at work.
You
I'm done.
fuck up, not down.
Listen,
Exactly. I'm done.
listen. He may be an idiot, but he can't be dumber than Ime Joker. That's all I'm saying. Ime Joker will never be forgiven. You can win 100 championships as a coach. You will never be forgiven. Cheated on Nia Long.
You know what? I only there I gotta play devil's advocate. I'm 50-50 with you on that, Mike. I'm a whole 50% with you when it comes to the Nia Long thing, but I'm a whole 50% on my side where I still feel like Sharon Moore is worse. And the reason
Yes.
why I say that is because this nigga pulled the old crazy okey doke when the wife found out. Now you gonna kill yourself because she probably was mad or something about she gonna leave or whatever. So now you want
Exactly.
to, I'm gonna kill myself,
Wait,
and then
wait.
you go break into the ex's house.
Yes.
You ordered a plan B on
Yes.
DoorDash, and that
Yes.
got rotted out on you. You go break into this girl's house and threaten to kill yourself there. Then you get found at a church. It's like this shit just went on and on. It was just like a never ending
It was
25-30 minute short saga or some shit that we were watching unfold before our eyes when all this shit broke. And it was like, bro, what the hell are you doing here? And then at the end of the day, the last thing of all of this shit, you're the first black head coach of what might be the most prestigious
yes.
college football program in NCAA history.
Yes. Yes.
And you went out like that. This dude will this is my main point. He'll never see another job again.
No,
He's
nothing.
probably gonna have to take a year or two off, maybe end up with some type of position coach job or assistant coach job under Harbaugh if Harbaugh is willing to touch him
Right.
because of their relationship, or if somebody else is willing to touch him because of a relationship or whatever the case may be. But as far as being a head coach,
Yeah.
that'll never happen
That's
again.
different
Ime
still.
Udoka is the head coach of the Houston Rockets right now with a chance to win a championship.
Right. And he did it. He did and I want to add on to that, R&B. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that because guess what? You're right. He might not ever be able to get another coaching job ever again because of how he handled the situation. Ime Udoka, as much as we love to hate on him and say, oh, well, he cheated on Nia Long, at least both of the relationship was consensual and it was public to the point where he admitted to his wrongs. He didn't go and try to break into the girl's house and threaten to kill himself.
Well, he didn't do the extra stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
listen.
saying.
Listen,
Mike, you can't just say that black and white like that though.
Right,
Talking about the
no.
extra stuff. That's this dude facing prison time.
but
This man
let's
was locked up.
just listen. Y'all can have this point because let's just agree. Ime Joker is an idiot. Well, as long as I get that, I'm happy. I'm happy.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know why he did what he did. But what I do know is this man ordered a plan B, DoorDash. He DoorDashed a plan B. You idiot. Are you serious?
He got too big for his britches.
Yeah, he got way too comfortable. He gave her an extra $50,000 increase.
Yep,
okay?
on her pay. And then fired her. And then fired her.
This man
what you thought was going to happen?
This man lost his mind. When I say he lost his mind, he lost every bit of his freaking mind over some You know what? Let me just say this.
Some cool.
Yes. And guess what? He was. Did I mention he was already married?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what are we doing? You would think this dude is a college student the way he's acting. So that's all I got to say, man. I don't want to. I don't want to keep going on and on about it, but that ticked me off to like the brim, because I know for a fact that just set black coaches back in college football at least 10 years back.
I'll tell you what, that'll be a worthwhile 30 for 30 to watch.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. I can't wait, cause I gotta know the whole story. Damn it. But all right. So that's pretty much it. Is there anything else we want to cover or talk about before we close out? Or
R&B sent something in the chat before about I don't want to talk about this, but we kind of have to. Last week, it's funny how things change in a week, right? When the Steelers had lost a couple weeks ago, it was Fire Tomlin. Then they beat the Ravens, and it wasn't Fire Tomlin. Well, 2 weeks ago, everyone was praising Shedeur Sanders, and now this week, we're talking about, should he be the starter? R&B shared something in the group that stated that the Browns gave him the wrong plays of some sort on the wristband.
They sent him out on the field with the wrong wristband. Everybody know a lot of QBs in the league wear a wristband, especially like younger rookies and stuff. They wear the QB coach sleeve on their arm with the plays and stuff like that. They sent him out on the field with the wrong one.
And we know they got decimated yesterday, 31-3.
Fire Stefanski is the chance that should be ringing out.
yeah,
he needs to go, because he just ain't it. They had 2 good seasons under him, and he's done nothing since. That's a place that needs a lot more than just a head coach. They just need everything, because the Browns ain't it. Never have been, probably never will be.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. We'll see what happens in the offseason, because they're definitely not going to fire him at this point. It's a little too late.
Oh, yeah. But if there's nothing
else, he should be gone this offseason, though. I don't see how he could hold on to that job after all of this. Fuck those 2 Coach of the Year awards.
Yeah.
One of those should have belonged to Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
I don't do.
I agree with that. I don't know how you end up Coach of the Year.
Hell yeah. Well, there's nothing else. You guys ready to read the picks off for the week and give them?
I want to bring attention to the stat that I saw on television in the Steelers-Dolphins game, where it said this is the 64th straight game the Steelers have scored 7 or less in the first quarter.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
A long time. That's like 4, 5, 6 seasons.
That's definitely, that's 4 seasons, yeah.
This team is so ass.
Yeah.
All right. We unfortunately, boys, we're getting to that time of year where football's ending, week 16. And Thursday night's a bar burner. First place on the line. The Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks.
Rams.
I got to go with the Rams. Sam Darnold can't be trusted.
Rams.
Philly at Washington.
I'm rolling with Philly, even though I hate that team.
Yeah, Philly.
I agree.
Clean sweep.
And that's a Saturday game, by the way. Philly at Washington, 5 p.m.
I think it's 2 Saturday games this week.
Yep, and the other one, first place on the line, Green Bay at Chicago.
Ooh, sauce.
You said Green Bay at Chicago?
Yep.
I'm taking Chicago.
That's gonna be a good one. I gotta roll with Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm still on Green Bay. I started out with it, and I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think this is when the rug get pulled from Chicago. They had a good run though.
Green Bay. Then Minnesota at the Giants.
You gotta go Minnesota. Jackson Dart, I don't know what's going on, but he needs to stay on the field, man. This dude gets hit and he has like a concussion protocol almost every week. So
Well, he just to hit on that real quick. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's kind of tall, but he's not like a Josh Allen tall. He's kind of frail, and as we all know, when you subject your quarterback, who is frail and fast like that, to all of those hits, what do defenses love to do more than anything? Hit a quarterback, pick a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really get it because of how they, the favoritism on quarterbacks. So when they get a chance, when he makes himself a free runner and they get a chance to lay a shot on them, they gonna do it. And the style of offense that they're running right now, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I had him on the parlay yesterday at like 35 rush yards because I knew that they was gonna run the fuck out of him. And he definitely got that shit.
yeah, I think he runs a little bit too much though.
Too much, yeah, it's too much.
Because I get it. The offense isn't there for the Giants, but he's going to end up with a really really bad concussion.
Yeah,
I'm watching the games and I'm looking, and I'm like, damn. And he's telling everybody we're not out there playing volleyball. Yeah, but you ain't got to run like that.
yeah. With that being said, I still pick the Giants though. With the caveat that he clears concussion protocol and will play next week. JJ McCarthy still got to show me more than just yesterday for me to all of a sudden be like, oh, he turned it on after sucking all season. So I'm rolling with the Giants.
I'm gonna roll with the Vikings. All right. First place on. What'd you say?
I was gonna say because I didn't give my pick. I was gonna say. I was gonna say I want to see more from JJ McCarthy too, but like Giants aren't exactly the team that I'm. Even if he does do it again, I'm still gonna be like I want to see more. So I'll roll with Vikings.
First place on the line, Tampa Bay at Carolina.
I'm going with Carolina, man. I'm going down with the ship.
I agree, Carolina.
I'm gonna roll with Carolina too. I like those cornerbacks they got. That defense actually solid.
I don't know, man. Like I'm just going with Tampa Bay because I feel like this game it's too close just for it to be unanimous.
Buffalo at Cleveland.
So this one should be unanimous.
Buffalo at Cleveland.
Yeah,
This might be a trap game.
I was just about to say that, R&B. I feel like it's a trap game.
I know. That's the thing.
Sorry, agent.
I'm going to roll with Buffalo, but I feel like it's going to be closer than it should be.
I mean, it very well could be. We do that.
And you got Myles Garrett trying to get that record too. So,
yep.
We're hoping he only gets one this week, so he can potentially try and get it against Mason Rudolph.
That'll be perfect.
Oh man, Chargers at Dallas.
Give me the Chargers. Dallas is cooked.
Yeah, Chargers.
Yeah,
Chargers. Oh God, I don't even want to read this.
I got Dallas. Sorry, but I got Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas. Hopefully it won't be on TV. Jets at Saints.
Jets at where? Saints.
The Saints.
Give me the Saints, man.
Yes.
I want them to keep racking up losses. Give me the Saints. Let's go, Snow.
I hate to do it, Raj,
I'm
but they just won two. The Saints just won 2 games they shouldn't have won. I'm picking the Jets.
No,
I'm pick,
no.
I'm with Mike. I'm picking the Jets too, just to spite Rod.
I also want to see Raj get upset. Jets
No,
tweet.
no. We need a loss, and we need this
No.
loss.
Listen, I'm not picking him to spite him. I'm just saying the Saints won 2 games they wasn't supposed to.
Exactly.
So-
and this game is important because if we lose this game, it makes us even closer to that number 1 spot. Because the Saints, I think, is number 2 or 3.
I'm pretty sure the Titans got knocked out. So.
How bad would it be if they tied 0-0?
It's gonna be a tie game. No one scores.
Most boring game ever. Oh God.
They miss all their field goals and everything.
No one wants to win. Oh God, this one. Oh man, what a stretch of games that are tough to read. Kansas City at Tennessee.
I mean, oh god.
Gardner Minshew time. Let's go. Let's go, KC.
Yeah, Casey's got more going on.
I agree. Kansas City.
Give me Kansas.
Cincinnati at Miami.
Wow. Is Joe Burrow playing?
I don't know.
They pissed me off so bad yesterday.
Did he play yesterday? I didn't watch the game.
Yeah, he played yesterday and he played like shit. They got completely shut out by the Ravens.
I know.
I had that
that's
son of a bitch for 2 touchdowns in the parlay. He fucked it off.
Oh. Is it possible he'll do that again next week?
I don't think so against Miami. This is what we watching on the TV right now. This is an anomaly. Like he gonna shred Miami. The Steelers offense just struggles damn near every week, unless they hot. That's just what it is.
True. So I'm rolling with. I gotta roll with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's a bounce back game for them. I think they need it for their mental health.
Oh, I'm gonna take Miami at home.
Okay.
If Miami pulls this one out, I'm taking Miami next week. If they lose tonight, I'm taking Cincy.
These niggas better lose tonight. Well, I know. Shit. Where the hell was that? Atlanta at Arizona.
Believe it or not, I'm rolling with Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Atlanta on that one.
Same.
Yeah, I love what they did
Agreed.
last week. I love what they do. I love what they got. So I think they're hot right now.
All right. The next one's going to tell a lot about Jacksonville. Jacksonville at Denver.
It tells us a lot about both teams.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. I want to see Denver lose. I'm going with Jacksonville.
Who's
I'm
home?
going with Jacksonville for the upset.
Who's home?
Denver.
Denver.
I'm taking Denver.
I think I'm gonna roll with Jacksonville on this one.
Okay.
That's such a tricky pick because this is one of them games where you don't know what Bo Nix you gonna get because he's so fucking up and down.
You don't know what Trevor Lawrence you're gonna get. Like both
Yep.
just wild cards.
But I like what they got. I like what they got with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, with the offense over there with
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
I was just about to say that. Like even a bad day for Trevor Lawrence looks better than a bad day and a win for Bo Nix.
Yep, a good day with Ho Knicks. Because I just don't know how this guy keep winning. I really don't. I know
The defense. The
Right.
defense. Denver probably got the top. They might have the top defense. They definitely top 3.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It has been some games where Bo Nix has put up numbers. He put up numbers in some games for sure.
Oh, damn.
But it's just inconsistent.
Gainwell.
Ugh. The game where R&B and I won't be friends next week. Pittsburgh at Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick Detroit on the belief that when I usually pick the Steelers, they lose, and when I pick against them, they win. Detroit at home in Ford Field.
I think Detroit gonna be hungry. I'm going with Detroit.
I'm rolling with Detroit, and that's because, like I said earlier, Dan Campbell don't normally lose back to back. Our problem is that we can't win back to back. But I will leave a caveat to say, depending on how this game finishes, it could get tricky next week. That could be a trap game for the Lions as well, because we all know that Aaron Rodgers has a history in the NFC North, and he has a history of beating up on the Detroit Lions. But this is not Aaron Rodgers of old, so we'll see.
That's true.
Yep.
Las Vegas at Houston. Houston's defense is gonna eat the freaking Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Houston.
You said Houston versus. You said Houston.
It's Vegas versus Houston.
Where are they playing?
Wow. Okay, we'll take that.
Man, Houston, don't nobody give a fuck what they playing.
They're in Houston.
Fucking
Even
Raiders are
Vegas is
trash.
a Houston home game. Vegas doesn't have a home field advantage.
It's a
They
trap game.
trash.
I'm telling you, mark my words, it's a trap game. Wow, Valdez Scantling scored.
Valdez Scantling, Mike.
Didn't he just pick him up? He was working at Walmart yesterday.
Hey, yo, old friend Valdez Scantling with an over the top.
I got one for you.
So we all picked Houston on that one.
Yeah, we got Houston.
All right, a good Sunday nighter. One I hope the Patriots come out on top as they go to Baltimore.
I'm going with the Patriots. I think they have their eyes on winning their division, so I'm going with the Patriots.
I think the Patriots will win too. I just think they're better than Baltimore.
I got to give me Baltimore in this one. I feel like they'll come in hungry. They know they'll need this game. New England doesn't necessarily need this game, but we all know that Baltimore does. And they did shut out the Bengals yesterday with Burrow and Chasing Higgins. So the sky could be the limit. If you tell me that defense is about to all of a sudden flip a switch and turn it on and be what we all thought they would be at the beginning of the season, nobody's going to want to play that team down the stretcher in the first round. So I think I'm going to roll with Baltimore on that one.
And Monday night, the Niners at the Colts.
Niners.
Niners.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Let's do the players of the week.
Yes. Real quick, I'm gonna go with mine first. Even though he's known for like being a bad person off the field, he got arrested a couple times, but he's still one of my favorite players to play with in Madden, and that's Adrian Peterson. One of the best running backs I've seen. You know, I remember watching him when he played in Minnesota. Definitely one of my favorite running backs of all time. One of my favorites.
I gotta go with someone who we talked about Travis Kelce being one of the greatest tight ends, but I gotta go with another one. And to me personally, I don't think he's mentioned as much as he should be. And that's Antonio Gates.
Okay. That was
Antonio Gates, him and Rivers, man, they were special. And you know, he's just not like when you think of tight ends, you think Kelsey, Gonzalez, Rock. But when you look at the numbers, even Shannon Sharp, when you look at the numbers, Gates is top 5, I think, in numbers at his position. So got to give it to him. He was always good to watch.
Right. Yeah, I don't disagree. That's a good pick.
Okay. RB, you got somebody in mind?
I think I'm gonna go with Champ Bailey.
Wow.
One of the best corners to ever play this game. Has some of the most incredible end zone interceptions that we've seen over the past 15 years in the NFL. Champ Bailey, that guy.
I remember him.
Okay.
Yep.
Really? I'm gonna go with somebody I'd love to really see on this Bills defense, Warren Sapp. He would be a great disruptor, absolute just savage in both the run and pass game. He's just a big reason the Buccaneers won that 2002 Super Bowl and did it with who was their quarterback?
Wasn't it Brad Johnson?
Yeah, it was Brad Johnson. That defense.
Brad Johnson was a good quarterback though. He had
a great year that year. He had a really good year that year.
Yeah, and he was older when they went to that Super Bowl. That's all. But overall, Brad Johnson wasn't no Trent Dilford or no shit like that.
Yeah, you're right. He's not on that level. He was better that year. But still, that Bucs defense was really good, and he was the foundation, the anchor of it. So
yeah,
just
That's a fact.
It's interesting you bring up Warren Sapp real quick. Did y'all see the rant that he went on recently? Where he was talking about Cam Newton and some of these other players and stuff, how he thinks they soft and talking about his credentials up against other players and stuff like that. If I can find it, I'll send it to you guys. But I seen it, I think yesterday I seen that shit. I was like, damn.
Send it because I agree.
Yeah.
Because apparently Cam Newton's bitching that they chose Phillip Rivers over him, and it's like,
yeah,
hey, you played like hot garbage when you were in New England for that last year. B, Phillip Rivers has an understanding of that of the playbook. Like he was with Shane Steichen for a little while.
Exactly.
So that's mainly why they reached out to him is because that he could go in.
Well, the other thing is he was being interviewed recently, and they asked him I forget who was interviewing him, but they said, why do you think you're not in the NFL now? And the guy, if he could still play, he says his personality's too big. And he knew that he said he didn't feel Mac Jones was better than him, but he knew the playbook better. Like he was like, I was still learning the playbook, going into weeks 8, 9, and 10. I mean,
yeah, but that got a lot to do with it, though. I mean, you gotta know the playbook, And the thing is with Cam, Cam, even though his personality is larger than life, he always thinks it's about him. See, the difference between Cam and Phillip Rivers is that Phillip Rivers just want to win. And he wants to do it in a way where everyone gets to shine. Cam, I love Cam. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks. He's one of the best. Like he's top 10 in my book. But he's not going to be able to fit in this type of NFL that's happening now, man. It's too much.
You think Cam Newton is a top 10 quarterback all the time?
In my opinion, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I'm talking about over.
Hey, book that debate next Monday.
That's fine. That's fine.
Book that one.
He's won on every level. He just didn't win a Super Bowl. That was the only thing that.
Yeah, but if it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper and I love me some Cam. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Cam, man. But come on, man. It's like you talking about a career. Look up his career pass and completion percentage, and I guarantee you it's hovering somewhere around 55 to 60.
Okay. Well, we'll have that talk next week. That is no problem. But my point is, I think that's why a lot of teams didn't pick him up because Cam, he just doesn't adjust to what the team needs. He wants the team to adjust to what he needs, and I don't think that's fair.
I can't disagree with you on that point. I was only really disagreeing with you on the top 10 quarterback all time.
Oh,
That's
he's
crazy.
definitely-
Just like he said, it was a slap in the face for them to go get Phillip Rivers. I think it's a slap in the face to at least 10 Hall of Fame quarterbacks that you just said that to.
So at
I'm
least
surprised
yeah.
y'all. I'm surprised y'all don't feel that way.
Josh Allen is already better. Like,
if you really want to know the truth, I wouldn't necessarily say from a talent level he's better, but just overall quarterbacking and career, Jared Goff could say he's better than Cam Newton.
Well, you know what? We're done. We're done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. Thank you
Oh
for
man.
watching.
Well, I guess we're booking this one.
tune in to next week.
Yes,
all right,
next
so
week.
all right, here. So
We're not
so
going there.
So then I'm interested. So then everyone take this week and do a top 10 quarterback list.
No
Of all
problem.
time. Okay.
All right.
Top 10 quarterbacks. And we will, once everyone's on, whatever we're talking about, we'll finish that topic and we're going to go right to that. Because now I am interested in seeing this. Top 10 quarterbacks all time next week.
Yep.
Based on the entirety of their career.
Yes. Including college too, by the way. I don't want to hear
No,
yes,
bro.
because we've been watching them since college.
No, bro.
See, y'all don't want to go there. See?
Because nobody anoints. If that's the case, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT.
And some people say that.
If that's the case, then Tim Tebow is relevant. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. Some people do say that Kareem is the GOAT, but we all know, man. We all know what, like, even as a big Kobe guy that sit up and argue for Kobe is the GOAT. At the end of the day, when I go to my bed at night, I know that I had to lay down and say to myself,
Real quick. So you're telling me the Hall of Fame includes your college career, but we're not going to include
No, they don't.
Career. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Okay.
That's why they have a college Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Cam Newton recently went into the College Hall of Fame, didn't he? Didn't Florida or Auburn? Yeah, Auburn. Didn't they have a Cam Newton night where they put him in the drafters or something like that?
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they don't include college when going to Canton.
All right.
If you want to say one Super Bowl appearance and an MVP puts you in the top 10, have at it, Raj. But I'm telling you, Cam Newton was the Allen Iverson of quarterbacks of the NFL of this era. Allen Iverson won an MVP shooting like 42% from the field or some shit like that.
We'll discuss it next week.
Yeah.
I was busting out the big guns next week.
Oh yeah.
He wants some time to think about it.
Yeah.
They not gonna be big enough.
I need to put together a whole list and stats. I need to call my research team on this one.
I mean, if you look at my stats, Josh already got him beat. So,
all right, we will see the next week. We will see.
Unfortunately,
I better not see Josh Allen as the greatest quarterback of all time either.
Yeah, we better not see that shit.
I mean, we shouldn't be seeing Cam Newton. So,
see, do you see what y'all started? Do you see what you started? Like I said, we will get there next week.
Brandon gonna say by Rogers metrics.
Hey,
I'm putting Josh Allen over Cam Newton career wise, 10 out of 10, no question.
I put him over Cam Newton career wise as well.
But I'm not putting Cam Newton in the top 10, and Josh Allen hasn't deserved that yet. So
the caveat is that Josh Allen does need to get to a Super Bowl. Cam did do that with less talent.
I agree, but Josh also already has more touchdowns,
with no Super Bowl appearance,
and the same amount of MVPs.
With no Super Bowl appearance.
You and I both know that's on McDermott more than anything.
We'll get to that next week, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody listening. and tuning into our show. Be back next week, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Deuces.